It's one thing I hate is paternity fraud and corrupt court system that just works in the favor of those who go out their way to destroy an innocent person's life. Let's talk about
What's the goddamn button? What's the goddamn button?
Order has found that another individual is the biological father of the child subject to this case?
Yes, Your Honor. State's proposal is as follows. Mr. Vasquez owes an unpaid child support balance of $16,054.87 as of March 31st, 2023. We are requesting a payout of $130 monthly beginning May 1st, 2023. A medical support judgment of $12,548.24 as of March 31st, 2023. State is requesting payout of $113 a month beginning May 1st, 2023. As is the practice, court costs to be billed to non-custodial parents 60 days from today. There was non-disclosure for Mr. Vasquez. Just want to verify it was prior. Sorry, Judge.
how does this work? Like, how the fuck is there any common sense or justice in enforcing a law that requires someone biologically not tied to this person held responsible? How does that happen? How has this not been examined, looked at, dissected, and destroyed, and utterly obliterated and restructured?
Mr. Vasquez dropped, so he just rejoined again.
I am so sorry, I lost connection.
Okay. So I'm not sure if he heard what your proposal was, but child support arrears, the state is requesting a judgment of $16,054.87 with a payout of $130. Medical support arrears, proposed judgment $12,548.24. On child support arrears, state is proposing a payout of $130. On the medical support arrears, state is proposing a payout of $113, both beginning May 1st. She's requesting court costs be billed to Mr. Vasquez and a non-disclosure finding to continue in your favor. That's her proposal. So I just want to make sure that I know you disconnected by accident your connection.
They admitted he was not the father, yet instead of doing the right thing, which is canceling all debts, or even requiring that she pay it back, they instead double down and attempt to force him to continue paying child support for a child that is not his. Truly disgusting behavior.
Okay, go ahead, Ms. Thomas.
Yes, Judge, if I may, I need to clarify the non-disclosure finding. I'm not finding in the prior order.
Okay.
But if I may proceed, I call Ms. Bautista. Ms. Bautista, did you hear the terms I stated to the court?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you agree with the state's request today?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that our system stopped charging current child support and current medical support to Ms. Vasquez
Yes.
the day we found out about the order from CPS establishing someone else as the father?
Yes.
Do you have any safety concerns if your phone number and address were to appear in the court order today?
No.
Is this proposed? Is this proposal in the best interest of your child?
Yes.
It truly amazes me how frequently we see
What the fuck is that? What do you mean? That's some dirty shit. You willing to hem a nigga up that ain't got shit to do with your indiscretions outside of the bedroom with him, you willing to hang that man dry and not go after the person that actually should be responsible? That's fucking trifling as fuck. Trifling as shit.
So let me, because now I could get into my odyssey. So I wanted to, I know I heard what you said, but I want to make sure. You stated that another order has found that another individual is the biological father of the child subject to this case?
Yes, Your Honor. On May 5th, 2022, CPS did an order in the same cause, establishing Ronnie Lee Clements as the father for the child, Michelle Vasquez. But there was a prior AOP, and we had done the initial order in 2012, establishing Mr. Ricardo Vasquez as the father. There's no request for release, Your Honor, of arrears.
Okay, and so the state is requesting to confirm those monies from the prior order against Mr. Vasquez.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Although we're aware now that he's not the father, although he signed an acknowledgement of paternity, correct?
Yes, Judge.
You know what's
How does that shit register in anybody's head to make sense? Like, how could you possibly think that it's okay to hold that man accountable but not the other person? We should have already had mandatory DNA tests given at birth or before. Why hasn't that? Well, we know why. I'm rhetorically asking, but we already know why. It doesn't really benefit the state.
Let me ask Mr. Vasquez something. You disagree with their request, Mr. Vasquez?
Yes.
Okay, I do too. I'm gonna have to refer it to district court though, because the relief that possibly you can get, I can't give you. I have a special jurisdiction on what I can rule on. My suggestion to you, Mr. Vasquez, is you need to go hire you an attorney and see what your legal options are. At this point, I am not going to move forward on their pleadings. I'm going to refer the case to district court. You need to hire an attorney. You got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
good on this judge for rejecting her proposal and recommending he get legal representation. In a sane world, this case would be cut and dry, but as we know, common sense isn't so common.
I make $840 a week. Okay, if you guys are taking $1,100 from me, how is anybody looking for support with me? Like, if I can't, I'm not going to be able to support my kids if I can't support myself. And Your Honor, I was making the same amount that I was making 4 years ago. So I don't understand how it's up more when I'm making less, because I was working. That's all overtime. Everything it was all overtime. I would rather pay the child to have, instead of her not working. We both should be working. So if I have to pay the child support or for the kids to be in daycare, then it is what it is. But at least I know she's working. But here I am, almost going double to pay a woman that doesn't even work. And
yeah, that shit right there is wild as fuck. A lot of y'all motherfuckers is lazy as fuck. Living off of another person's paycheck and you don't want to go, man. That shit is wild, man. I never, don't ever scream that I'm independent shit.
The fool? Why I gotta be the fool?
And I'm literally going to, sir, if I have to pay $1,100 a month, it will break me. It will destroy me. I will once again have to look for another job, and there goes me getting behind again because I can't make the payments. I'm going to literally have to find another job because I do not work enough overtime here to survive if this is the case. I just don't understand how it can double.
Well, because of the fact it's not been reviewed in so long. Mr. Pratt,
Sir,
if the court
I was
imputed
making-
minimum wage to Ms. Sobeski, how much difference would that make? Then, of course, we don't know what the child care costs are.
Sir,
The court has the authority to
making the
impute
same-
minimum wage to her, is that correct?
The court can do that, Your Honor, but again, yes, we could do that both ways. We could also make sure we imputed any child care that we may assume. The problem that you're going to have is that it's likely to be more because the child care will be higher if we were to impute an amount for her.
So who's the child care for?
So that's the court's final analysis too, Mr. Grace. The child care costs added in, even if we imputed minimum wage to her, you could be looking at more than $1,103. So this is based upon there's a child support formula set by the state of Michigan. And this is based upon the formula.
The fucked up part about it is, the money ain't going to that child. It ain't. It's going to her eating, her shopping habits, and her addictions. That shit ain't got nothing to do with the kid. And don't get it twisted. As a parent, do what you're supposed to be doing. Doesn't sound like he's even arguing that he doesn't want to do his part. What he's saying is, y'all doing way too much on the little that I got as it is. And she's not even working. So what? How is this even fair? Shit never is.
So at this point in time, the court appreciates your position. I understand it. You can have an attorney review the figures. You can review all the calculations. And I think you will agree with this calculation. But this does not mean you're not a good father, Mr. Grace.
Their complete disregard for fathers is extremely clear. She has no job while the courts are requiring him to pay more in child support than he makes at his job. Keep in mind, she is sending the kids to daycare because working or taking care of her own kids is clearly too difficult.
I make $840 a week. Okay, if you guys are taking $1,100 from me, how is anybody looking for support with me? Like, if I can't, I'm not going to be able to support my kids if I can't support myself. And Your Honor, I was making the same amount that I was making 4 years ago. So I don't understand how it's up more when I'm making less, because I was working. That's all overtime. Everything it was all overtime, and I'm working none.
And this calculation is based upon your current employment, not your former employment. It's based upon your current employment.
I was making more at my former employment. You see what I'm saying? I was making more.
Your Honor,
calculation. Mr. Pratt, can you explain?
at the request of the court, if I put mom in at minimum wage and $800 a month in child care, which is probably a low estimate, the support goes up to $1,504. Just so you're aware.
Who's the daycare for?
For the children.
They go to
mom's
school.
got to work. Somebody's got to watch the children.
They go to school. She has a husband.
Okay. Well, but then they need latchkey after school in the summertime.
There's two parents in the household.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're 11 and 7.
Yeah, it might be well worth it to invest in an attorney. Just have an attorney consult for this limited issue of child support. Have him run the figures. If he knows the Michigan child support guidelines, Mr. Grace.
Well, why would you
rely upon the
guys are
firm
telling me
court,
this is
Mr.
what you guys ran and it's 1103? Why would it change if I get a lawyer? That's just more money that I have to spend in the broker I get.
You can confirm with the lawyer that this is a very good recommendation. That's what you can confirm.
I already know I either go with 1103 or I get screwed at the 1500. So I'm in a win-lose-lose situation. It just makes zero sense to me how somebody can sit at home and do nothing, do absolutely nothing, dress my kids like slobs, make them. It's horrible, man.
Right, Mr. Grace. Mr. Grace. Okay, Mr. Grace, that's what we'll do. Let's give it. I'm going to put minimum wage to her, and we'll add in child care costs. Mr. Pratt saying it's about $800. That's average. And we'll
keep it at
you want to pay $1,500, Mr. Grace? Do you want to keep arguing about this because it's going to go up? I can guarantee you that.
We'll keep it at the 1103. I mean, like I said.
That shit is crazy, bro. And you look at that blob that's in the other corner. She like, yes, my husband ain't got to do shit. I ain't got to do shit. I ain't got to work. I ain't got to do a damn thing in court. They get theirs. And that man, he's screwed. Be careful with who you lay down. That's all I'm going to say. Like that shit right there, trifling as hell.
Welcome aboard the flight. This is pilot Pusha talking. We going back to Memphis and coming straight from New Orleans. The estimated time of arrival is about an hour, and I can turn your ghost if you try and play with my power. So when you look up and see the sun flash and stay in your seat, if the flight attendant say you making trouble, then we got beef. The turbulence might get rocky. You better not spill your food. This is bread and plain if you get it.